I've had family, friends, and even colleagues comment on how different I look. Even like things like, oh, your shoulders are big now. Do you swim? And I feel more confident. Maybe like 5 to 6 times a week. There was no structure. I just eat whatever I want. I just move from one cafe to another cafe and then to another restaurant and just eat anything I want.
And that's exactly how it should be, because what is the point of getting into shape if you can't actually enjoy it, right?
It feels really nice when people that I see regularly, once they start commenting on, like how I look, that's when I realized that I've actually made a lot of progress.
This is Amin. He's a client I've been working with for the past 6 months. He went from crash dieting on chicken breast and spinach, making no progress, to losing 10 kilos in the last 4 months, all while traveling to 5 different countries during the program. This is the full breakdown on how he did it.
My name is Amin and I'm 33 years old. I am from Brunei and I work as a planner at an oil and gas company. Before the program, I weighed around 74 kilograms and I was on this very strict diet where I only had a bowl of spinach and plain chicken breast.
The good old chicken breast and spinach. When it comes to like aggressive dieting or any type of diet, anytime you like super restrict yourselves and you force yourself to eat things that you don't want to eat. For example, he loves carbs, he loves rice. He just took out rice completely because he thought rice would make you fat. But we know that's not the case. We actually need carbs. That's how we allowed him to build the physique that he has now, giving him the energy to go to the gym, train hard, pack on muscle, all whilst losing fats. Because when it comes to dieting, the more you restrict yourself, the more you say, oh, I'm gonna stop eating this, I'm gonna stop eating that, your mind goes into shock and we can't actually like enjoy our lives, because that's the whole point of fitness, right? Like, what's the point of being in shape when you can't actually enjoy food? Because food is such a big part in Asian men, or just Asian culture, or just any culture in general. So although chicken breast and spinach did help Amin in the past lose some weight, but it was never steady and he would always bounce right back to where he started before.
Maybe like 5 to 6 times a week. There was no structure. I was probably doing the same shoulder workouts on 3 different machines. Yeah, and then I would spend probably an hour to an hour and 15 minutes each session with minimal rest. So I remember doing cable lateral raise, 3 to 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps in just maybe like 5 minutes or 6 minutes.
When it comes to the overall training side, we know that we need to train hard and we need to ensure that we're actually getting stronger. But what Amin was doing before was just simply junk volume. He was doing a bunch of exercises for a bunch of muscle groups where he wasn't training too hard, he wasn't resting properly, and he wasn't actually allowing his body to grow. Because if you can't train to failure, you can't push yourself past your limit compared to last week. And since he never had any proper structure with his routine, every single week for him, he would do different exercises, doing things he felt like. By doing so, he was never able to actually progress in the exercises that he wants. Hence, he was not able to grow muscle. And when it comes to the rest times, he was doing 3-4 sets of 12 to 15 reps with minimal rest. Every single workout, he was gassed, he was tired. After that, I mean, who wouldn't be? So what we did was we cut his workouts in half. Every workout should be no longer than an hour to an hour 15 minutes. We spent a lot of our time making sure we are warming up properly. So 2 warm-up sets and 2 working sets. Those 2 working sets always take into failure at a lower rep range of 6 to 10 reps. When it comes to like exercise selections, I always like to keep it simple. I like exercises that don't have too much friction when it comes to starting out, that beginners can do and also advanced people can do, because the most important part of any exercise is understanding the foundations, understanding the basics. So I helped him master his form with form check videos to understand exactly what's going wrong. And over the check-in calls, I'll teach him how to target specific muscle groups, such as when you train your upper chest, a lot of guys seem to think you just have to like push outwards like this, but it's more so a sweeping version like this. That's what targets the upper chest properly. And that's what helped Amin unlock his chest and make his chest look a lot more full. And since his workouts are a lot more organized now, we swapped his shoulder workouts from doing 3 different exercises on the same muscle group to 1 exercise each. So 1 shoulder press, 1 side delt lateral raise, and 1 rear delt fly. And now Amin's shoulders is one of his strongest body parts.
I remember on my trip to Bali last year, it was a group of, 40, 50 people, and I was one of the few who had kept my shirt on because I was not comfortable because I had like big tummy where the others had abs. Yeah, so I was a bit insecure. And for my meals, when I was on the strict diet, on cheat days, I just added a bit more chicken breast. I was on a very high protein diet back then with minimal carbs. I used to skip breakfast. I only ate lunch and dinner, and that was it. I don't skip my breakfast. I eat more than I did back then.
So what Amin was going through before was just a classic aggressive restrictive diet where he felt like if he ate more food, if he ate something that wasn't like high protein, he would gain weight. So what we did was drop his protein goal from 2 grams to 2.5 grams down to like 1.6 to 1.8 grams per kilo of body weight. That way we have a lot more calories to spare when it comes to like introducing carbs back into his diet and ensuring that he has enough energy to train hard inside the gym. And when it comes to meals, Amin is having like 3, 4, sometimes even 5 meals a day if you count pre-workout, and he's been loving it. Because if we can constantly eat and make ourselves feel satiated whilst also losing weight or gaining muscle, that is the most ideal scenario. Because if you don't feel hungry, that doesn't even feel like a diet anymore. And yeah, cheat days being extra chicken breast is crazy. Now, I also told him to swap from chicken breast to chicken thighs. In my opinion, they're pretty much the exact same.
It wasn't the physique that I actually wanted, and mentally I wasn't doing well. I was hungry most of the time, and I was basically forcing myself to go to the gym, and like I hated the whole process. It wasn't sustainable. Obviously I crashed and went back to my old habits because there was just no flexibility in terms of the food I took.
But yeah, getting into good shape doesn't mean restrictive eating. It doesn't mean you have to go gym 5-6 times a week, 2 hour per sessions, making the gym an entire part of your life. In fact, that's what I fucking hate about this industry. So many guys just push, yeah, you have to train hard, you have to push yourself more, you have to be super disciplined, you have to be super motivated just to get worse results than Amin. Because for Amin, we cut his workouts to 4 times a week, each session being 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes long. And the split goes like this: upper, lower, chest, back, shoulder, arms. 4-day split, hits each muscle group twice a week. We don't care about legs. He doesn't care about legs either. His legs also look really insane. His legs are already a massive strong point anyways. But for everything else, we have 2x frequency, which is ideal for muscle growth.
For coaching. Well, I reached out to you for something else, but at the same time, last year in December, I was already thinking of restarting gym, and I thought if I were to, go back to this fitness journey, I might as well do things correctly. And at that time, I was already tired of starting over every month. I realized that I couldn't keep repeating the same cycle because I wasn't really going anywhere. And during that call, you also told me that you have a system that can actually fit into my life.
So funny thing is, Amin originally came to me not how to get a better physique, not how to get a better body, but more so how to clear up the back acne. Because when I was a kid, throughout my entire life pretty much, I had to deal with pretty bad acne on my face, chest and back. And he actually came to me for help with that. We kept chatting. I got to know him a little bit more over the DMs, and eventually we jumped on a call. During that consultation call, I would ask him about how everything's going, how his life is, what are some struggles he's been through, what he's tried and didn't work. And after that, we decided it's a good fit, and he started working with me, and the rest is history.
You told me that I can get fit while enjoying the foods that I like. I remember you asking me like, what's your favorite food? And then I said, yeah, fried chicken. I don't think I can live without fried chicken. I knew that I needed guidance.
And that's exactly what I mean. One of the most common questions I ask anyone is, what is their favorite food? And if they say something, for example, like Amin, fried chicken, and they think, oh wait, that's really fried food, that's really bad for you, I can't eat this anymore if I want to lose weight. I tell them, no. In fact, I always encourage all of my clients to eat the foods that they really enjoy, because if we can slot that in and have a flexible diet built around the things you love, even though they may not be the best when it comes to progress, but over time, these things compound and progress stacks up as well. So it's all just about having something, having a system, having a routine, having a flexible diet that can work around your life whilst having maximum enjoyment.
I would say the biggest difference is how sustainable everything is. You never gave me any restrictive meal plans. Everything is still flexible, and for my gym workouts, I actually do way less than I did before. Back then I used to do 5 to 6 times a week, and now I only need to go maximum 4 times a week, and I'm only at the gym for an hour maximum, sometimes less.
That is perfection, because, and that's the whole idea of the less is more concept. He did say 10 workouts. I think he was more so saying around 10 total sets for the entire workout. Sometimes it's 6 exercises, sometimes 7 exercises, each one being 2 sets each. So that's around 14 sets total for the whole workout. That's for his longest day. Some of his other days a little bit shorter as well. And once again, it's all about that less is more mindset, because less is more only applies when you're actually doing the right things. Like, it doesn't mean you can just cut your workouts in half right now and do the exact same thing, because that probably won't make any difference. But it's about making each set, each rep, each time he goes in the gym, something he will learn from, something that he will get stronger at, something he can improve upon. Because once that mindset gets into place, getting progress becomes really easy. Every session is one that he can learn from. Every session, every set, every rep is something that he can actually think about and engage the right muscles, hence driving muscle growth. So that's exactly why I help Amin get so much progress in such a short amount of time, because he understands the concepts, he understands what each exercise does for each muscle group, hence allowing him to train as hard as he can whilst focusing on the right things and not wasting any time in the gym.
I have been eating a lot of food during this program compared to when I didn't have a trainer, when I didn't have you. And I lost so much weight. I lost a lot of fats. I gained a lot of muscles. And I learned that instead of constantly doing more and more, I learned that it is better to do the right thing consistently.
Some people always ask me, how can you eat more whilst losing more weight and losing more fat? And Amin is a perfect example of that. So what Amin told me before, he was initially trying to aim for that like 1400 to 1600 calorie range. And yes, he did lose weight, but it wasn't sustainable. So what we did in our first week starting out was find his maintenance. I wanted to see around what like calorie range his body would be maintaining. So not lose any fats, not gain any fat as well. So maintenance calories. And that worked out to be around 2400 to 2500 for him at the time, because he wasn't doing any steps either. And after finding the maintenance, that's when we slowly introduced new factors in. For example, walking a little bit more. You can walk a little bit more, you could burn an extra 400 calories per day whilst not making any changes to your diet. So it's not that because he's eating more, he loses more weight. It's actually due to the other lifestyle factors like walking and added activity, which helps him lose more weight without cutting calories. So that pretty much means you can eat more whilst losing more weight.
And you've taught me that. Today I weigh around 64 to 65 kilograms. And mentally, I feel more comfortable and I feel more confident. And I don't stress about food anymore. Yeah, so nowadays I don't feel guilty about eating anything. I've traveled, I don't know, 6 times, 7 times, and I still manage to stay on track. In fact, every time I come back from my trip, I weigh myself and then I actually lose weight. I'm actually on a trip right now. Let's see if I lose weight. I've been eating a lot. Yesterday I had a lot of beef. I had a lot of pastries, chocolate croissant, almond croissant, chocolate. Every time I go on trips, I just eat whatever I want. I just move from one cafe to another cafe and then to another restaurant and just eat anything I want.
And that's exactly how it should be, because what is the point of getting into shape if you can't actually enjoy it, right? If every single day is a chore for you, every single day, if you want to go out and have fun with your friends, have fun with your partner, enjoy out time with your family, and you can't even eat, you can't even have fun with them and socialize, what is the point of being fit? Breaking a sweat, getting a pump, looking in the mirror, taking some photos, and just being proud of the product he's built over this program. And when it comes to the steps thing, yeah, once again, steps are one of the most powerful tools for anyone. When Amin first started, I think he was averaging around 1,000 steps per day, maybe walking to the kitchen and back. Sorry, Amin. But nowadays, he gets 10K steps without even trying. Like, I remember him telling me a couple of weeks ago, Tone, like, I really want to get 15K steps. I really want to get 20K steps. But I told him, Amin, you got to slow down a little bit, because we're currently in the phase of a reverse diet and we don't want to add too much cardio, because we want him to honestly gain a little bit of weight back again. So yeah, steps become such a big lifestyle thing. If you can just simply nail 10K steps as a base starting out for the rest of your life, I can promise you getting out of shape is genuinely hard. And that same case is with Amin. Because he did so many steps on the holidays, you're already on holidays anyways, you're gonna be walking around anyways, but just being conscious about doing more steps, just walking, by the way. No, I never made him do any form of other cardio, no running, none of that bullshit, just steps, simple walking, going for walks after meals, going for a walk maybe after your gym session, just going to walk to the grocery shop, parking a little bit further away. All these factors add up to extra added activity throughout the day, which helps you lose fat sustainably.
Because my workouts now are pretty simple, like it doesn't really take me that long to finish a workout. I've had family, friends, and even colleagues comment on how different I look. Even like things like, oh, your shoulders are big now, do you swim? I don't actually swim. And some people also ask like, oh, like do you run now? I don't run. I only walk every single day. Like I only do my steps. You won't see me run at all. I hit my steps every single day. I consistently go to the gym 4 times a week, and yeah, just that's pretty much my lifestyle now. It feels really nice when people that I see regularly, once they start commenting on, like how I look, that's when I realized that I've actually made a lot of progress. I never thought that I would actually enjoy going to the gym. I've learned so much from you that now I don't feel guilty anymore eating whatever I want. I think like in the past I would always feel guilty eating just food in general. But now, this is strawberry mousse cheesecake. It's really good. In this program, I've learned about flexible eating. And yeah, so whenever I go on trips, I feel confident that I'll be able to still stay on track. Now I don't feel guilty anymore.
I'm so happy to hear this because in a sense, although when it comes to working out, everyone says it is a self-improvement journey. Don't get me wrong, it is self-improvement and that's probably the best way we can think about it. But at the end of the day, we are humans. We interact with other humans as well. People see you, people judge you, people comment about you, people talk behind your back. Your parents will say something about you. Your parents will say, oh, hey, did you get a little bit fatter? Hey, you need to lose some weight. And although we say in a sense, we are trying to improve ourselves, but deep down, we are also trying to like just present the best version of ourselves to everyone that we love, right? Like all of our friends, all of our families, we always want to present the best version of ourselves, the one that we know we can achieve. That way we can truly find enjoyment. So it's not fully just about, oh yeah, self-improvement, I'm doing this only for myself. It's more so about doing it for yourself as you're trying to present the best version of yourself to other people that you love.
It feels really nice when people that I see regularly, once they start commenting on, like how I look, that's when I realized that I've actually made a lot of progress. I never thought that I would actually enjoy going to the gym.
And that's exactly how it should be. He's enjoying his moves, he's enjoying whatever he wants to eat. He's put through the hard work, he understands the basics, he understands the foundations. Now he can live the lifestyle he's always wanted. He can enjoy the food he wants to eat. He can do the things he wants to do, all whilst looking and feeling in the best shape he's ever been in his entire life. So if you want results like Amin and want to work with me one-on-one, the link to booking a free call with me is in the description. I'll talk to you soon and take care.